Hey, this is Lynette Bledsoe from LynetteBledsoe.net, and today I'm going to share with you guys 5 different tips that you can still rock your business out in the summer without your friends and your family and your kids like totally dying from you still working your business over the summer. Now, for those of you who guys don't know me, but my name is Lynette, obviously, but my husband and I hit the highest level of a company, and most of those tips and strategies and stuff we try to share as much as we can. So if you're joining me live in the very beginning, feel free to give yourself a shout out where you're watching from. I would love to, give you a shout out live. But anyway, so for most of the strategies that I'm sharing with you, usually we go into the social media aspect. Today I'm going to kind of mix it up a bit where, like I said, you can still rock your business in the summer, but your children aren't being affected by that, because I know in the summertime they've worked all year so hard, they really don't want to take time away from them. They want to go to the park, they want to go to the pool, they want to go on vacations, they want to do different things, and not say, oh gosh, here she goes again, am I right, here she goes again with her business. She's always in business mode. So, and in a sense, these tips are going to help you guys, all right? And if you're sharing, feel free to share, maybe tag your teammates below, because the tips that I'm going to share with you guys, the 5 different ways, anyone in any business and any company can actually use these tips. So, feel free to share with your team so they can rock their business out in the summertime too. So I actually have a couple notes for myself so I don't forget. So number 1, what I would suggest is when you're traveling, make most of your trip. So for instance, if you're checking in at a hotel, if you're going on an air flight, make the most of that. Most of the time when we're traveling at a hotel, we're meeting other people, right? So you can say hello, or let's say if you're in South Carolina, you're taking a trip to South Carolina, you're at the airport and you see another person who's traveling with you to the same location. You can say, hey, connect with them. What brings you to, going to South Carolina? What's making you go? I know for us, we love the beaches. We love to head out to South Carolina for the beaches. What's making you go over there? Maybe they're there for the same reasons that you're going. Maybe they're there for a vacation. They want to get away from work and they just need a break. Cool. Make that one-on-one conversation with new people. And guess what? What I would suggest in the social media aspect, I guess, I would try to connect with them on Facebook. Say, hey, I'd love to connect with you when before you head back to New York or before you head back to Texas. Can I kind of connect with you on Facebook so we can just stay connected? You never know. Maybe we're going to meet someone else. Maybe we'll meet somewhere in the country. Guess what? The reason why you want to connect with this person who you meet on your trip, hey Diane, thank you for hopping on. The reason why you want to connect with this person on Facebook is because guess what? Without even telling them that you're doing this, you're going to connect with them on Facebook. They're going to see what you're talking about your business anyway, and then every so often you can kind of give them an update. Say, hey, they're going to see if whatever you're sharing on your and remember, we always say don't go crazy with your business on your Facebook page, but give little teases on what you do, so without mentioning the company. So they're going to say, hey, she's welcoming a new teammate, she's welcoming a new customer, maybe you're seeing success stories, you're sharing success stories, you're sharing results from your company. You can post those type of things, and guess what? Every so often with that person, follow up with them. If they haven't reacted to any of your posts, especially if they like a post that you've posted about your company, that gives you permission to say, hey, thanks for liking that. I really love the results that my customers are getting from my product or service. And by the way, I could always share with you that. But like I said, if they connect with you on Facebook, that they're going to see that. So even though they don't contact you right away, or they buy from you or join your business, they see everything on your Facebook. So I guess that's a 2 for number 1. So number 1, make the most of your trips this summer. So even if it's not a huge vacation, you can still connect with new people at the park, at the beach, whatever. And just like my suggestion to just flip that into social media is connect with them and say, hey, would you mind if I add you on Facebook or wherever, whatever social media channel that you use. So that's number 1, making most of your trip. Number 2, depending on your company, you may or may not have samples or business cards, right? In the company that I'm in, we really don't. Everything that we do is on my phone. So if I'm sharing business or sharing the product with someone, I'm doing that over my phone. But like I said, I'm gonna switch it up today, and I'm gonna just bring it together so that these tips can help anyone. So if you are in a company that you can provide a sample of what you do or a business card, what I would do is take a sample of your company, not a huge thing, because you don't want to waste a lot of money doing this. You want to take a sample, and I call these sample packs. You want to take a sample, maybe it's a little, I don't know, a little fragrance or skincare, whatever your company is, any little sample, staple that onto your business card, and every time you make a new connection or you speak with someone who might be interested in your product or your service, give them that, and that not only gives them your information, but that gives them a kind of a sample of what you're using so they can try it for themselves, see if it's for them. Maybe they know someone that product or service may be a fit for. So that's number 2. And kind of going back to number 1, connect with them on Facebook or whatever. I'm telling you, Facebook is a huge thing. I mean, Facebook for my business, it's 100% of how I get customers and leads. So if you're not using Facebook for every aspect of these 5 tips, you're missing out on a huge thing. So bring samples, cards everywhere you go. Give it out. Have your kids actually, and if those 2 tips so far helped you, share this, tag people. I tell you, these tips work for any company in any business. So share your people, share with your people, tag them, share. We still have 3 more tips to go, so feel free to share so that people can hop on. So pass those sample packs that I was talking about, pass them out. Have your kids pass them out while you guys are at the park. Say, hey, my mom wanted to share this with different parents. That could be their job for the day, and guess what? When they've done that at the park, you can give them, you can take, my kids are not young anymore, so this trick doesn't work for my kids, but if your kids are young, they'll go for this. You can say, hey, you know, help me give out these sample packs, and remember, the sample pack just includes a quick sample, and you staple it onto your business card if you're a company, if you have business cards with your company, but say, hey, let's knock out all the parents and all the moms in the park before we leave. I wouldn't do it at the very beginning because sometimes it could be a little bit weird, but if you're not afraid to talk to people, do it in the beginning. You can knock it out real quick because you never know. A mother may be looking for your product or service and they'll come up to you before you leave. Or if you're really nervous, like I used to be, don't worry, I was there too. If you're really nervous, just knock every parent out before you leave that park and hand out sample packs. Say, hey, my mom wanted to give these out, so we're just giving it out. Maybe you guys want to try this, and then just leave. If you can, like I said, if you can communicate with that person and you have the courage to say, maybe I can friend you on Facebook and we can connect later that way, you can always touch base with them and maybe write down their name and connect with them later on Facebook. Usually what I do is I'll ask that person what's their name on Facebook and I'll friend them, not leaving that to them, because like I told you guys, 100% of our stuff is the way that we get leads and customers is on Facebook. So I will make the courage and make the effort to get their information from Facebook so that I can reach out to them at a later time. And like I said, for number 1, make the most of your trips. If they're seeing you on Facebook, believe me, they're going to reach out to you if you're doing your Facebook the right way. So you can go to LynetteBledsoe.net, see how to do that. So we're not going to kind of go back to that. But if you're creating posts that are not spammy on your page, if you're creating curiosity posts that makes people want to like it, makes people not want to say, oh, there she goes talking about her company again. Believe me, there's ways that you can post stuff. I had one post that I not one time mentioned the name of my company, and I had over 200 people comment on it. And all I do is just keep following up and I've never, not one time. I have a couple posts like that within the last, I would say 2 months, within the last 2 months that I never mentioned the name of my company, and you can too. That's why I said head over to LynetteBledsoe.net. I gave you guys a whole bunch of tips on that. But you can have just one post that can last you for like 2 months, and they're reaching out to you rather than you spamming your friends and family who already know what company you're in. They already know about your product and service. You need to reach new people. So that's why these ideas work for any company. So I'll go back. Number 1 was make the most of your travel. Number 2, bring sample packs everywhere you go. Pass them out wherever you go. And then make sure that you connect with both of those people on Facebook, if you're building your business on Facebook, like how we are. Number 3, give products and service on every occasion. I know the end of the school year already occurred, so we're past that. But let's say if you're at a pool party, you're going to someone's birthday party, use your product as a gift for that person. And guess what? They're going to say, oh, if your product and service has really high quality and they really love it, they're going to say, oh my gosh, where can I get more of that? So that's like a returning customer. And then you can share with them, say, hey, if you actually created your own account, you can get these products at a discount, or you can get rewards for purchasing up to a certain amount, whatever your company does. So you can do it in that sense. And hello, that's a new customer that you didn't even advertise your business for. All you did was give them a gift from your product, from your company, right? That's all you did. I wouldn't make the gift so spammy. I would definitely maybe mix up a couple other things in there so it's not so obvious. But believe me, if your product has high quality and is worth it, the person will come back to you and say, hey, can you, or they may actually come back to you and say, hey, can you actually make a basket for like that, for me, for that? I have to go to a party, and I just love the way that you did it. So number 3, if you've ever done that, let me know. If you've ever done any of these things, let me know, because I'd love to hear from you guys. Number 4, host summertime soirees. I don't know about you guys, but we've had a couple hundred people on our team, and over the years, sometimes the summer can get slow. Can anybody relate to that one? Summertime can get slow. So how do you keep your team and your business and everything? How do you keep that momentum in your business? So what we've done is we kind of connect with all the leaders in our local city, or we have like the different teams throughout the different cities in the United States, or in different countries depending on your company. But we've had every leader in different cities and different states kind of connect and do maybe like a one-time get together with just their teammates, just so they can get together. And that's business wise, but how does that relate to like your family and your customers, people who are not in the business? Those are easy because they're going to come anyway. But how do you get people who are not in your company? Just do a pool party. And let's say if you don't have a pool in your backyard, that's fine, because I didn't have it for years until we moved to Texas. But set up a party where maybe it's at a park where you can just bring a whole bunch of people and it's not a big deal. Or maybe you just get together with a whole bunch of people. Not talk business wise at all. Maybe you can go to like there's different places here in Texas that you can just kind of do like a just get together. You can call it, and I have it written down because I kind of came up with this, so it's kind of cool. It's cocktails and conversations, coffee and conversations. You can do things like that. Poolside and conversations, just making it just nonchalant where the kids are hanging out. So the kids are busy, and then the parents can kind of get together and just talk, and you can kind of bring up, they're going to ask you what's new with you, and you can kind of maybe talk about a product that's in your company and kind of nonchalantly bring that up. So that's kind of a nonchalant way to do that. If you've ever done that, let me know. Number 5, and what I would say with number 4 when you're hosting those summertime parties is kind of encourage them to bring other people, because maybe they're not really interested, but maybe you can help someone that they know. So kind of encourage them to bring other people with them. Number 5, keep the kids busy. So even though it's summertime, sometimes you do have to maybe get a babysitter or keep them busy. I know for me, the next 3 weeks, I'm actually busy with my son going to Microsoft. They have like these summer camp things there on a weekly basis. So he has himself going to every summer camp there. But keep them busy so they're not they're not bored in the summer. Obviously, that's every parent has that issue, but so they're not bored in the summer. And if you have any ideas that you do with your kids, let me know. But for him, he's a computer techie guy. So we have everything that we can find for Apple and Microsoft. He learns about coding. That's what he likes to do. That's what we go to. But in the summertime, guess what? That gives me, because for me, those sessions are about 2 hours long. So that gives me about 2 hours that I can sit there and follow up. And because like I said, a lot of what we do is from my phone. I can bring my laptop with me to where if he's at a day camp or he's summer camp, which is just a couple hours long, it gives me an opportunity to follow up with some leads. So for me, I don't really make a lot of phone calls when he's at these places because I kind of like to pay attention just to see what he's learning. But if I have my laptop there, I'll make that 2 hours. So while he's busy at whatever he's learning, it gives me 2 hours so I can knock out whatever I need to follow up. If I need to follow up with leads, I need to connect with new prospects who are interested in the business, if I need to connect with new customers and just share with them our product or service, that gives me an opportunity. So use when they're busy, use those times, in my opinion, because when they're busy, when you're doing your thing, to them it doesn't look like you're taking time away from their summer, right? Or their whatever they're doing. If they're going to like bowling or whatever they're doing in the summer, it doesn't look like you're taking time away from their summer. it looks like they're busy and you're rocking out your business, right? So I'm going to go through them really quick one more time. And like I said, feel free to share this video. 5 quick tips anyone can do in any company. So feel free to share, tag people below. So number 1, make the most of your trip. Number 2, bring those sample packs with you everywhere you go. Pass them out where you go. It's basically a free gift. They're getting something free. So most people don't even say no to that. Number 3, gift your product or service at every occasion. It doesn't really matter if it's a product or service. Hey Judah, thank you. And number 4, host those summertime host those summertime soirees. You can do that with your team, or I would recommend you doing it with customers, because new customers are always a lifeblood to any business. And encourage your teammates to bring their customers along with them. Number 5, keep the kids busy so that you can rock out your business and knock out your business, so that this summer, let me tell you what happens in the summer. The people who rock out their business in the summer, and guys, if you've been in business for a while, you know what I'm talking about. The people who do not take a break in the summer, and I'm not talking about you got to be here 100% of the time. You know, knock out what you got to do a couple hours and then go enjoy, you know, your vacation. But the people who really hit the summertime hard, if you hit the summertime hard, by the time everybody goes back to their regular scheduled program and the kids are back to school and they're really focused on their business, your business is going to be 10 times above where everyone who went on vacation, right? So that's why you kind of don't want to take a break in the summer. You kind of keep on knocking it out, because when everybody comes back to refocus and your team comes back to refocus, guess what? Your business will double from whatever it was last year. Now, if you've never seen that, do me a favor. Challenge yourself and challenge me. And if you can come back here and say, hey, Lynette, that didn't work. Challenge yourself and challenge me. For the next 30 or 60 days, you totally knock out your business with the 5 tips that I shared with you. And if they don't work for you, then you can totally come back here and say, Lynette, that didn't work for me. What should I do? So I challenge you guys for the next I'm just giving you guys 30 to 60 days. Come September, this time, if your business hasn't changed just with the little strategies that I shared with you guys, you can totally come back to me and message me and say, Lynette, you suck, that didn't work. But I challenge you guys. I'm telling you guys, we've had a couple hundred people on our team and they've done that. The ones, I'm telling you guys, it's proof. The leaders and the reps and the people who worked the hardest in the summer and didn't take a break were the people who had the highest fall quarter. Where September came, they were getting promotions. After a couple weeks, they were getting promotions. They were seeing bigger checks in September. So I'm telling you guys, rock out the 5. If you have to stop, rewind this tape to see what I said, just rock it out. I'm telling you, rock it out. Share this video with your teammates, and if that brought value to you, if you liked any of the tips, there was a tip I didn't mention, feel free to tag yourself below and share it with me. I would love to hear that from you. But hope that helped. You guys enjoy your day. Feel free to share anyone. I'll see you guys at the top.